Welcome back to the Vault. With the final episodes of Stranger Things dropping in just a few days, we are going back to the year it all got complicated, 1984. Season 2 is often the one people debate the most. It gave us Mad Max, the controversial Lost Sister episode, and the introduction of the Mind Flayer. But looking back at the files now, I think this season actually holds the blueprint for the entire series. I fed the archives into the AI to analyze exactly how the Mind Flayer changed the game and why Steve Harrington became the MVP. Let's open the vault.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're not just rewatching Stranger Things 2. We are opening a historical audit of Hawkins, Indiana.
That's a good way to put it.
Our mission is to really analyze how the series pulled off this incredible trick. It went from a tight small-town monster movie to this massive, terrifying, cosmic horror story.
The whole scale just explodes.
It does, and this deep dive is crucial because the stakes didn't just get higher, they fundamentally changed. So we've pulled together the case files evidence that really shows the biggest shifts the town ever faced.
We're going to show you exactly how Hawkins graduated from, say, a local haunting to a full-blown universal threat.
Okay, let's unpack this.
I think the single biggest factor, the place you have to start, is the change in the villain, the antagonism.
Right, the Demogorgon versus the Mind Flayer.
Exactly. Think back to season 1. The Demogorgon, as scary as it was, it was structurally simple. It was a classic movie monster. A lone shark.
It hunts, it's drawn to blood, it has basic needs, food, reproduction.
Yeah, its motivations were, biological. We saw the slugs. We knew it was following some kind of imperative. It was a physical, almost understandable threat.
You could, in theory, fight it. Or at least you could understand its hunger.
But the second Will Byers starts seeing that colossal looming shadow entity in the sky.
A shadow monster.
Which is a boy so perfectly named, the shadow monster. All the rules just go out the window. That thing, the Mind Flayer, is on a completely different level. It's not a predator. It's a conqueror.
And we have some notes from the archives on its nature, right?
We do. And they describe it as this dark, wispy creature driven by pure cosmic ambition, not hunger. Its only goal is to wipe out all other races because it sees them as inferior.
So it's not a fight over territory. It's a Lovecraftian war against an entity that wants to erase you.
Precisely. And that means the horror itself shifts. It's not about jump scares anymore. It's about biological warfare. It's not just something trying to grab you. It's something trying to infect you.
That's a great point. And Dr. Owens, the new guy at the lab, who seemed, let's be honest, way more on the ball than Brenner.
A low bar, but yes.
He actually gives us the key. We found this in the vault. He says the Upside Down is behaving like a virus. It is actively infecting our world.
And you see the proof of that infection in the most mundane, terrifying way. The pumpkin patches.
Oh, those poor farmers. Just fields and fields of pumpkins turning black and rotting overnight.
That decay was the dimension literally bleeding into our reality, pushing its toxic ecosystem onto the surface.
And it was all being fed by something massive growing right under the town.
Right. Two things, really. First, the gate at Hawkins' lab, which is now, quote, ridiculously huge. And second, this massive network of underground tunnels, the living vines spreading everywhere.
Dr. Owens even calls it a cancer spreading through the earth.
And Will Byers is patient zero. The anniversary effect connects him to it, and the Mind Flayer uses him as a spy against his own family. It's a psychological violation that Demogorgon was never capable of.
But, and this is key for later, they did find one major weakness.
Heat. The whole climax, with Joyce and Nancy and Jonathan using those heaters in the fireplace to literally bake the smoky entity out of Will's body. It proves the Upside Down's biology can't handle warmth.
Speaking of rising to the occasion, sometimes the biggest transformation isn't fighting a cosmic evil. Sometimes it's just getting over your high school ego.
Ah, yes.
The babysitter.
We have to talk about Steve Harrington. His arc is maybe the best in the entire season. He goes from this self-centered jock to the iconic protector of the kid.
It was such a brilliant subversion of the 80s movie jerk, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he had to have a total breakdown first.
He really did. Season 2 starts and he loses everything. His social status, his crown as king of the hill is just stolen by Billy Hargrove.
And then Nancy just guts him. She tells him their relationship was, what was the word? Meaningless.
Oof, yeah. For a guy whose entire self-worth was his popularity and his girlfriend, that's just total annihilation. But that's what makes it work. He gets stripped of his ego and he has to find a new purpose. And that purpose, weirdly, is Dustin Henderson.
Their alliance is so unexpected. It starts with them just trying to hunt Dart, the little baby Demogorgon, the Pollywog.
And the genius of it is that Dustin doesn't see Steve as this high school king. He just sees a guy with a car and, more importantly, a really cool bat.
The famous bat of nails, which was Dustin's idea. He convinces Steve to weaponize it, and that leads to that amazing scene at the junkyard.
Oh, the junkyard. Steve, who'd been complaining all day, suddenly just, because a warrior, he's swinging that bat, fighting off demodogs, just to give the kids time to get away.
It's the moment he accepts the job. He stops being a driver and starts being a protector.
And his whole purpose shifts from popularity to responsibility.
Then you have the snowball at the end, the perfect button on the whole arc. Dustin gets rejected, he's crushed, and who's there for him?
Steve, giving him advice on girls and, of course, on hair.
The hair? Dustin styles his hair using Steve's routine. Steve drives him there, gives him that pep talk. It just cements this incredible bromance and Steve's new role as the group's mentor.
He's the official babysitter. It completely redefines him.
A wonderful transformation, absolutely. But if we're talking about heroes, especially heroes who make the ultimate sacrifice, we have to talk about the tragedy of Bob Newby.
Bob Newby, superhero.
He really was the MVP of season 2, and his death is it's brutal.
What's fascinating here is that Bob, Joyce's sweet, nerdy boyfriend from Radio Shack, was the only person with a completely rational plan.
Right.
We found this in the case files. He just wanted to move. He told Joyce, let's just go to Maine. I've got a Radio Shack job lined up. Let's get out of this fundamentally broken town.
He was the only one thinking clearly. He saw the danger with civilian eyes and just said, let's leave.
But when the time came, he stayed. And his very specific, non-supernatural expertise is what saved everyone.
His tech savviness. His knowledge of BASIC.
Exactly. When the demodogs attack the lab and the power goes out, they're trapped, dead to rights. And Bob just calmly goes to work. He navigates the lab, reboots the power, overrides the security systems.
The tension in that scene is almost unbearable. You just hear the demodogs crashing through doors while he's typing code.
And his death is so cruel because he makes it. He gets the door open, he sees Joyce, they have that one last look.
Yeah.
And then he's gone. Demodog tackles him.
It's the timing. The fact that he succeeded and then died. It makes his sacrifice so much more poignant. He died so Mike, Will, Hopper, and Joyce could live.
He deserved that quiet life in Maine. He
did. Now let's switch gears to another character arc that was also about finding a new life. 11. Episode 7, The Lost Sister, was, let's say it was controversial.
That's putting it mildly. A lot of people hated that it paused the main story.
They did, but our analysis of the case file shows it was a really crucial step for her identity. She had to get out of Hawkins.
She was in a new kind of prison with Hopper. I mean, he was protecting her, but it was still restrictive. It had echoes of Papa.
So she leaves, finds her mother, Terry Ives, and then, through the voyage, she finds her sister, Kali Prasad, 008.
And Kali's philosophy is the total opposite of what 11 knows. It's not about defense, it's about rage.
Channeling anger, painful memories, using them as a weapon.
Yeah, Kali teaches her to focus that rage to unlock more power. And we see it work. 11 moves an entire train car with her mind, something she could never do before.
And she gets the whole punk walk makeover, which is her trying on this new identity of revenge.
But the real point of the whole detour was for her to define herself. Kali offers her a new home, a new family based on revenge. And 11 turns it down.
Because of that vision she has. Of Mike and Hopper in danger back at the lab.
That's her anchor. The Chicago trip lets her realize her real family isn't about blood or shared trauma. It's about love and connection. It's her friends in Hawkins. She had to leave to choose to come home.
She chooses to be 11. It's not just a name forced on her anymore.
Essential for her arc. Absolutely essential.
You know, that sense of home, for the kids at least, is so tied to all the 80s nostalgia. And we have to just briefly touch on the center of their universe, the Palace Arcade.
Oh, the arcade. It's so much more than just set dressing, isn't it? It's basically narrative foreshadowing.
It starts right away. Dustin loses his Doug high score to this mysterious player, Mad Max.
Which immediately sets up Max Mayfield as this disruptive new variable. She's the new player in the game, and she throws off their whole dynamic. It perfectly mirrors the disruption of the Mind Flayer.
And the games themselves are just these perfect, pixelated prophecies.
They really are. Dustin's playing Dragon's Lair, a game about memorizing patterns to survive. But the patterns of the Upside Down are too chaotic for that.
But the biggest one, the most obvious one, has to be Big Doug.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the whole game is about a character tunneling underground to fight monsters. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's literally what Hopper is doing. He's digging into those tunnels under Hawkins.
And Dr. Owens even says the tunnels are spreading like a cancer. It's a perfect metaphor. The kids' entertainment was giving them the framework to understand their own terrifying reality.
So what does this all mean?
I think season 2 was just a masterclass in raising the stakes. It swapped out the hunting animal for a viral, conquering hive mind, and that demanded huge sacrifices from people like Bob Newby.
And it forced characters like Steve Harrington to mature, to find a purpose outside of, high school popularity.
And Eleven had to go on that controversial journey to really choose her identity and commit to her found family.
Which all leads to that beautiful but temporary sense of peace at the Snowball Dams.
You get all these perfect moments. Lucas and Max kiss. Mike and Eleven finally get their dance to Every Breath You Take of all songs.
Wonderfully ironic, yes.
And Hopper officially adopts Eleven. She becomes Jane Hopper. It feels like a real ending. They close the gate. They won.
But, there's always a but.
And the archives contain one last crucial detail that it pulls the rug out from under you, the listener.
That final shot. The camera flicks, and we're in the upside-down version of the school. And looming over it is the Mind Flayer, the shadow monster. Still there.
It's a terrifying reminder. The threat isn't gone. It's just sealed away. It's waiting.
And that leaves you with a really provocative thought to chew on. If the upside down is a virus and it hates heat, what about the spores?
The spores that both Hopper and Dustin were breathing in when they were down in those tunnels.
Exactly. Could that lingering contamination, that little piece of the virus they took with them, be the Mind Flayer's long-term key for re-entry? A way to bypass the gate entirely. Something for you to mull over.
Man, hearing about the Mind Flayer again, it really sets the stage for what we're about to see in the finale. It's crazy to think that it all started with a shadow in the clouds above the arcade. I want to know your take. Do you think Season 2 is underrated? And are you ready for the final episode on New Year's Day? Let me know in the comments. Next up, we're heading to the Starcourt Mall for Season 3. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Until next time, keep your lights on.